Hey, I thought I'd just stop in for a second. Okay, so you're seeing me as I would hate for you to see me because I like have no makeup on and I just got out of the shower, so my hair is all wet and pulled back and stuff. But I wanted to talk about talking to strangers. How freaking amazing is that experience? Let me tell you about my day, and then you can see why talking to strangers was such a big part of my day. Um, so I took a final today. This isn't just any final. This final, like, literally determined my future. I've worked for 3 years in this program, and I just, it's not even like the students are really close. Like, we share certain things. It's funny, it's all very clinical things, you know? We share, you know, okay, here we go. I had a pregnancy scare recently. It was so silly because my tubes are tied, right? So I'm like, it's just stress. Stress is making my period late. But at the same, and that's a clinical thing. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, like, is that, I'm nauseous. Oh my God, I'm like, I'm panicking, all right? So, I'm sitting there waiting for class to start, and I'm like, my tubes are tied, and I think I'm pregnant. And, there's 9 of us in the class. So, I haven't been with this class for very long. I actually started with another class and had to take a year off because my son was having issues. So I'm like, all right, well, here we go. Like another thing to like halt my progress. And I don't mean it that way. I mean, I have 3 children. I've actually had 4. One was a surrogate birth, and he's very special to me, and he knows who I am, and blah, blah, blah. We'll get into that later. But anyway, so, but I have kids, and I'm terrified of, like, getting pregnant again. That's why my tubes are tied, right? That's, like, supposed to be foolproof. So, what do they say? 99 point something percent? So, I go into class, like, after I say that, and I say to my professor, so, let's play a game. My tubes are tied. I think I'm pregnant. What's the likelihood? She's like 1 in 300. And if anybody's going to fail, it's going to be more than... I was like, where's pregnancy test? So they're up in this cupboard because I work in lab work. So, pregnancy tests are not out of the normal. Actually, the weekend before or the week before, I had like mentioned it to a friend of mine, Aaron, in the class, and he's the guy. And so we're looking for this pregnancy test like through the shelves. And you can, if you feel a lump in your testicles and you're a male, obviously with testicles, then you can take a pregnancy test, and it's actually like a precursor, like if it's positive, it's a precursor for testicular cancer. So we're like digging through these shelves and everything and like looking for pregnancy tests, and people from the class walk in, and I'm like, we're looking for pregnancy tests. And they kind of look at me, and I'm like, because not for us, for him. And then like they look at him because he's had like a long time girlfriend, and he's like, no, it's not like that. And then I'm like, yeah, he had a lump in his nuts. Like, it's horrible, right? So like at least I knew the truth. So and I take the test, and it's negative. But anyway, like I took the test like in break from class. Like that's how close we get. Like clinical things. I never say I feel like a failure as a human being if I don't make a certain grade on a test. Like I never say that. And I mean, they know I get frustrated, and we know each other's emotions, but it's not that close. It's not like a friend. And for people that work in like clinical sites or anything clinical, it's no problem to say like like I've heard nurses over and over, I had diarrhea for 4 days, and then I had this and I had this, and I'm like, they're like, I wouldn't tell my boyfriend. I'd be like, honey, you can't commit right now. I'm not feeling well. Come back. Like like for us, that is the sense of closeness. So anyways, we go in and take this test, which I'm totally spazzing over, and I realize right before I walk in, like this, if I don't pass this test, I'm gonna have to drop out of school. Like I'm gonna have to find another, an alternative, like avenue to get where I need to be. So anyways, I ended up passing the test. I passed that test. But I ended up failing another final, and it freaked me out. I was like, oh my god, like I'm supposed to graduate twice this coming semester. Like after this next semester, I'll graduate twice. I'm like, oh, that holds back my graduation. I have to go with Plan B. Plan B is we're going to prep this class, and then we're going to take this other class. And you know what I found out? Like, I failed the final, but I didn't fail the class. I'm going to graduate twice next semester. I don't have to clep any classes. I'm just, like, I freaked myself out. So, talking to strangers, like when, like I obviously posted on my Facebook, oh my god, I'm graduating twice next semester still, so everybody knows I passed everything, and that I did well or whatever. And not a single member of my family, all of which are on Facebook and are friends of mine, post anything. You know, it's like two of my beasties. I've got 3. So 2 of my beasties and like an old colleague and an old friend from high school. And, you know, I saw Mitch earlier and he was like, baby, I don't know how you passed the classes that you passed, having everything that you have going on. Like I always have a million things going on. Like some issue with my son. He's 11. He's like hormonal already. He got his first zit the other day, and he's like looking up midgets and dwarfs to see if he's one of those, and like, you know, not bathing for 4 days to see if he grows cheese on his nuts, because that's what we told him would happen. It apparently doesn't, because he proved us wrong, but whatever. You know, or like a 3-year-old whose dad is like psychotic. And, you know, or I have a 10-year-old that sometimes, or she's almost 10, like sometimes she has serious issues and then sometimes she doesn't. And it's like, you know, I have 3 kids and I'm shuffling around 2 exes, and then I have my boyfriend, and, you know, I'm like trying to study, and then I have my own issues with my parents, and I live with them right now. Oh my god, I'm moving out soon. Like, I live with them right now. They put a freaking lockbox on the thermostat, which is set at 61, which is air conditioner, by the way. It's December, in case you guys don't know when this video happened. Like, you know, it's insane. And I just, you know, maybe he's right. Maybe I set these standards for myself that are like so extraordinarily high. And usually I meet them. I would say all the time I meet them. Maybe once or twice I've skipped out. And even when I skipped out, I've still succeeded because somebody's seen my work before. You know what I mean? And that's just like, it's scary. It's scary. So when you talk to a stranger and they're like, you know, I went into the gas station or whatever, I put gas in my car, I have an exit exam tomorrow, and I'm buying a bottle of wine. And she's like, what are you celebrating? Or, you know, more. Like, celebrating. I worked for 3 years or something, and I just saw it come to fruition. But being able to tell somebody that is extraordinary. And for them, like, not knowing what you go through, but just kind of knowing you're in passing, like, that's a real deal. Like, you know, they feel like they know more of you, and you feel like you've shared something, you know, because you wouldn't be celebrating something like that if you were like some 18-year-old that had all their bills paid and, you know, didn't have any kids and never had to worry about, you know, anything. If you were me and they've seen me walk in with at least all 3 of my kids, and, you know, and seen me like count out change for things or whatever, it's almost like I was telling a secret. It was worth it. So anyways, finals went well. I have an exit exam tomorrow. I'm feeling good about it, so I'm not really worried. I get my clinical packet, which is like this big. It's insane. It's a bunch of paperwork and a bunch of questions and a bunch of studying, and like all next semester is like getting ready for our national board, so, you know, it is good. But I'm very happy. Clinical sites are my fort, as they say. So, I just wanted to pop in and say hi. I'm like, I hate for you guys to see me this way. I'm like so me right now. I'm so like not made up or whatever. I slept through anxiety attacks today, but I guess I wanted to share for a moment with a stranger. So I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Sleep well. Probably see you tomorrow. And wish me luck. Bye, YouTube.